So far?
It's going great. It's been smooth, and I think that's the way we like it when it's smooth.
You know, Ronnie, from ownership to management to the coaches to the players, this organization's really set up, perfectly.
Well, pretty close to it. Not perfect, but pretty close to it. I think just the changes we've seen since we've been here since 2000 is really. I think we're getting better every year in all areas. It was huge when Artie took over the team and what he wants. He's not just here to just kind of, we hope we finish first. Artie wants to win, and that fits in perfect to Mike's personality, which fits in perfect to us too. And the players have bought into it. That's what their goal is now, to win, and it's not just to have a nice season.
Right. So you just started with Artie, and you went to management and down to the coaches and the players. It's one of the. You guys are set up now where you should compete last year, this year, next year, and the foreseeable future.
I would think so. You can't control injuries. Injuries, for me, are the only reason why we're not going to be competitive every year. And that's what Artie wanted, was to put out a team that could win every year. He's done that. And now the injuries come into it, and sometimes when they're bad, you just have trouble doing that.
But it goes to show you, most teams, if Escobar wasn't ready, it'd be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Saunders, Irvin. You guys aren't just 25 deep, you're 30, 35 deep. The whole organization has benefited.
You're right. And that's really also, their job. It's the minor league director's job. Tony Regan's, being in the minor leagues now, our GM, is made sure that we are deep. Because if somebody does go down, you look at our outfield, we've got 6 guys that could start on any major league team and play every day. And now we get somebody that goes down, we're covered. We're nice. Escobar goes down, we've got somebody to fill in. Not just to fill in, but to be good at that spot. Right. So it is huge to be deep in those spots.
It is kind of ironic or funny that, last spring during the playoffs, Vladimir's hurt, Gary's hurt, Garrett's hurt, your outfield was depleted. Now, there's almost too many guys.
Well, there is. It seems to work out. But it shows you, you talked about last year in the playoffs, it shows you when you have a lot of guys down what your team's like. And we weren't a good team last year going to the playoffs. We were too banged up, and we have, Koch, who's in the hospital, doesn't even come. We had a whole bunch of things going on. Garrett trying to hit out of one eye, and we had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, the Red Sox are too good to beat at full strength, let alone, when you're like that. Is that more disheartening to go down when you feel like you didn't have your full slate of guys?
Well, it definitely is, to go out in 3 games, and like you said, they're a great team. We have to be a great team to beat them, and we weren't a great team at the end.
Talk to me about one guy in particular, Howie Kendrick. My favorite line of last spring from Howie was, we were talking about his defense, then we talked about his hitting, and he said, I could always hit.
He can always hit. When some guys, when they say that, you go back and look at their history, and maybe it's a 280 and a 290, and then there's a 310 or something. And Howie's, you go back and you see 360, 370, 380. He could always hit.
Right, and if you figure he was learning on the major league level last year, he struggled to hit 322.
Right. And we hope he's better this year, and he hopes he's better. So he can really hit.
You guys are often compared, Mike and your staff, as being, National League type. You're more National League type. Do you guys buy into that kind of style, or does that not, with interleague play and stuff now, play a part as much?
Well, they call it the National League style. I'm sure Mike's not thinking we're going to run this National League style. Mike's running it the way he thinks baseball should be run, and we're the same way. We think that the more action you have, it creates a lot of problems for the defense. It creates a lot of headaches for that pitcher. He's trying to rush to get it home, and he's making mistakes, and you're able to hit, more mistakes than you would if he's just comfortable out there. So it's just a style of baseball. Mike thinks that whether Mike's in the National League or American League, he just runs it the way he thinks baseball should be run. Now, sometimes your team dictates something different. If you're the Yankees or you're Boston, you can go out there and any of their guys can hit 2- and 3-run home runs. It's a lot different to just sit back. And so I'm not saying that everybody should play the way we play, but with the personnel we have, this is how we create offense. This is how we're aggressive defensively and try not to make mistakes and letting our really good pitching staff, feel like they can go after hitters because we're going to make plays behind them.